Welcome, friends. Today we are going to discuss how to write your business canvas. Okay, the business canvas is supposed to be made in a single sheet. Okay, all aspects of your startup business proposal in a single sheet. Okay, this is meant for presenting to angel investors who are usually busy people, and if they give you 5 minutes, you are considered lucky. Normally, their timelines will be 1 minute, half minute. You present what you read in half minute. That is the time they'll give. Suppose you make 30 slides and ready with 30 slides, and if they give only 30 seconds, how do you present? So, all the aspects of the business shall be covered in a single A4 sheet. All aspects of the what interests angel investors shall be covered. Okay. This is also called elevator pitch. What do you mean by elevator pitch? Elevator, what do you mean by elevator? Elevator is something is similar to lift. Okay. So you trying to meet angel investors who are busy, they want to give me a time. But you didn't leave it. You followed him. He says, I am going for an important meeting. So we'll meet after a few days. But you won't leave it. You move along with him from the room, and he takes a lift come down from his 9th floor office to ground floor. You will be traveling in the lift with him. So you will get a 30 seconds in the lift, elevator. So the pitch you are doing in the elevator is called elevator pitch. Okay. So very short time, 30 seconds time, you have to very catchy in your business proposal. Then within that half minute, if you can present your case, you may cancel his meetings and come back. You may ask, come, now explain. I'll give half an hour. Okay. You may go back to room. He will take you along with. But this first 30 seconds impression is very important. So that is called elevator pitch. Elevator pitch means your whole business idea shall be presented in 30 seconds or less. Now I am seeing many of the students who are going for competitions like Kavach and many other. So they will give very, very little time. So you have to present all aspects of business in one single A4 sheet. So it is very important to learn the skill of how to write your business canvas for your startup. Then only see, you have a very good idea, but you are not able to present. You lost the opportunity to present to angel investors and probably funding for that, and your idea may never take up. So it's as important as idea itself. We will learn this through an example. See, rather discussing the theory first, we'll discuss with an example how an elevator pitch was given for one case, and from that we'll derive the theory and elaborate on that. So, among the business pitch I have reviewed, Practo I find very interesting. They have written the business pitch. Okay, so it's a very interesting model. So I liked this to showcase what are all the aspects shall be there in a business model to present. The whole thing shall be in A4. Okay. They showcased their parameters in couple of subheadings. Okay, the first is they written key aspects. Okay, you know Practo is an app-based application which connects patient to hospitals and doctors. The seekers, health facility seekers to health providers. Okay, it can be doctors, individual doctors, or it can be hospitals and even other medical services providers. I will come to that. Who are the others? Now, in this business, what are all the key activities Practo is supposed to do? That the angel investor will ask. So, to list a very few lines, very, very precise, concise. What Practo is writing? Online consultation. So, Practo application originally developed to facilitate online consultation. Means you are sitting at home, you have a medical problem, you will not move out from your house, but you will, this Practo, you will dial or mail, they will come in contact and they will take all the whatever all inputs and arrange an appropriate medical practitioner. It can be ophthalmologist, it can be heart surgeon or anybody. So which is appropriate to your case, they will organize a online, a Zoom call or a WhatsApp call. kind of there may be a model on the Practo itself. So they will organize this. Online consultancy is the primary business area. Then after the doctor prescribes, you need not have to seek another application like Midwin or a Apollo to get the medicines. Practo itself has a sublingual application that what doctor has prescribed, it will deliver. If you select, shall I deliver this medicines what has prescribed, click one yes, you get the medicines. Then you have a technological setup to organize all this. Then you have managing the doctors and clinics. Means the doctors also need to organize their, but doctor appointments are to be divided into some 15 minutes or 20 minutes slot in between some gap, but not too much gap to waste doctor's time. So you have to streamline that consultation process. Suppose in a day doctor sees 10 patients. So in 2 hours, how to organize this one after other quickly without much wasting time. So that kind of app-based time management should be provided to doctors. So managing doctors' clinics is one of the app that Practo provides. So these are the basic key activities what Practo is doing. The next he listed who are all the key partners in this business. Okay, definitely the health seekers, patients form part of this, and to deliver this to patients what patient needs, we need to tie up with doctors, clinics, hospitals. Then he is delivering medicines also in the key activity. So means they have to tie up with the pharmacy. So medical shops rather. So they have to tie up with the pharmacy, and suppose some doctor prescribes some tests. So that also Practo will organize without moving out from the application. The doctor prescribes, they will organize the test. The blood samples and all, people come to your home and collect. So that they have to type with some labs. Associated labs it is called. Then sometimes this medical treatment is very expensive. This has to be borne from the patient's insurance. So they have to type with the insurance guys. Okay, this is patient insurance. So doctor has prescribed this. I will draw money for that portion from the insurance. After these two things were explained, in the same sheet listing key resources. What are the key resources for Practo to be successful, Practo to be operating? They rely heavily on the website. Website has all these features, and there is a mobile app, Practo app, website and Practo app. Then for both the things, they are collecting data who are on all the clinics in that area where patient is residing. They collect lot of data and classify that data and store. So information technology, data processing will come very handy. Unless information technology features are used, they will not be able to deliver this service. Okay. Then the Angelus was likely to interested. What is the value proposition to the patient? So why patients should come to Practo? So that question they are addressing. Online healthcare means you don't have to go out of your home in the corona like times, and even when the day-to-day busy, or mobility is there. Some of the old patients and physically handicapped patients. So if you can provide the service at home. So online healthcare is the keyword here. And search facility. So what are all the ophthalmologists available in my area? So that search facility it will provide. Then Practo plus online doctor consultation. Then medicine information. What are all the alternate medicines available for this? Doorstep delivery of the medicines. These are the value proposition. What patients get benefited by Practo? What are all the benefits by using your app? What benefits patients get? That question if you put, this is the value proportion is going to be the answer. Okay. But not only patients should get benefited, other key partners also should derive benefits. For example, doctors. Doctors get what benefit by associating with Practo? Without doctors, Practo cannot run their business. Only patients are there, no doctors means the service cannot be rendered. So doctors also key part of the Practo. So what doctors getting what? The doctors are getting Practo, Prime, Practo Array, Practo Consult, like that. 3 softwares were there. So doctors use that software to manage their time, and a portion of the revenue doctors are getting is shared to the Practo business. Hospitals, what hospitals are getting? So Practo, there are 3 apps they developed: Practo, Insta, Practo, Quickwell, and some other application, Practo Current. So the Practo has developed apps for the hospital management as well. So what are the channels? How anybody come to know that Practo is there? So will they advertise in newspapers? Will they advertise it, give in the television channel? Or will they populate in the social media? So what is your key channels? The angels are invested in knowing what is the revenue budget for advertising. So the Practo is writing, we have the website, we have a social media, and they have some blogs also. So it is a kind of a low budget campaign. Maybe this was written by Practo during early stage when they are really startup. Now Practo is become a very big success company. Now they are advertising in media, television. They are spending a lot of money. But during initial days, they only followed website, social media, and the blogs. Any startup will normally follow these kind of blogs, and word of mouth also sometimes. Customer relationship. What they are doing, they are extending personal assistance to the individual customers. They are extending the help, and their service are mostly automated. Means 24 hours access. There is no need to dial a call center fellow and wait for his this thing. Follow some timings and all. No, anytime 24 hours, your choice you can take. What are the cost structure? What are the costs? The main cost is technology to develop website, maintain the website. Technology is their main cost, and the ad and promotional expenses that will be there. Even though they are saying website and blogs, it also costs some money. Then the website has to be maintained, constantly updated with new doctors and change of address and new clinics adding, and all that you have to constantly update. So salaries to the staff to do all this is a expenditure for them, and some miscellaneous expenditure do will be for any business that will be there. Then angels investors are most interested in how revenue is coming to this model, how revenue is coming to Practo. They explain in this fashion. Revenue streams. What are your revenue streams? Sale of software. They are selling the software outright to clinics, hospitals. That is one revenue. Sale of the software, hospital management software. Then they are getting commission for the consultation. Suppose doctor is charging 500, Practo may get 10 to 15% commission on that. So more online consultation means more money for Practo. That is the next revenue stream. And they are delivering the medicines at home. So in that also there is some commission coming from the pharma. And they writing advertisements means when the Practo app, somebody opens that website, some ads also will come. Some doctor may give ad into the website. Somebody is searching for an ophthalmologist. One ophthalmologist may give me ad, come to me, I have this facilities like that. So advertisements from the clinics, hospitals and doctors will be shown in the Practo website. So they will get some revenue too from the showing their ads on the website. So you understood what is the basic essential elements of the writing a business canvas. Okay. So what are they? If we classify, how do we reach the customer? Means the channels what we explained. Is it a television media? Is it a WhatsApp? Is it a newspaper ad? So how do you reach the customer? If you just make a product and keep to yourself, you cannot make the sales. You have to reach the customer, targeted customer. How do you reach the customer? Must be an item in your business canvas. Second, how do you optimize operations? Means everywhere any operations money, it will be costing money. Okay, how do you optimize your operations? There is one good example I have come across is there is one Javed Habib. Javed Habib is a hairstylist. He is hairstylist for all rich and famous in Bombay, like Sachin Tendulkar or some big politicians. They all his customers. His skill is make the hairstyle very nicely. Okay, his business is growing. He is not able to expand. He want to expand his business. So how to expand his business? Skill is only with him. He initially thought he will give franchises. Javed Habib hairstyle franchises in Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta, Hyderabad and all that. But that skill, his skill may not percolate to those franchises. So he didn't give the model of franchises. So instead he started a kind of a school, business school, where hairstyling will be taught to the students. So it is a kind of hairstylist university. The excellent part of this business model is he enrolled the students. Students were asked to pay. It is not free to the students. Student paid 30,000 rupees per year to Javed Habib to learn the hairstyling clinics for 2 or 3 years. Then after that, they will go back to their hometown. They may start that. So people paid the fee to learn the skills. Okay, whom they did the hairstyle. So a lot of customers are coming to Javed Habib's clinics. The students only doing that hairstyling. So Javed Habib is getting money from the customer and also from the who is doing it. His employment cost is zero. He don't have any employees. Students only he is using employees. He is getting money from the both ends of a value chain. It's a very excellent business model what Javed Habib has taken. This is called double whammy model. So like that, how you optimize your cost. I'm not saying everybody should follow a double whammy model, but you should know you should not waste money in a startup. You should optimize your operations. How you are doing the optimization of your operation. I just narrated one example, Javed Habib hairstyle thing. Then third is, how do you source your manpower? Okay, some manpower is must, but how do you source? Are you going to use students? Are you going to give freelancers? Are you going to take exclusive dedicated manpower? So it depends on what model you are employing. So you should optimize the cost. So how do you organize your resources? There will be a lot of cost involved, so you have to optimize this. Then the fourth point is, how do you source your inputs? So suppose you are supplying some parts, you are assembling some items, you are buying some items, assembling them and selling to the people. But if you buy the buying cost too much, you are buying some far off place and bringing them in trucks. So all that will be costlier. So you should optimize your sourcing. So maybe that persons who are supplying must deliver at your doorstep. So kind of optimized arrangement should be there, because he's always supplying to Bombay from Delhi to many customers. He will bring and supply instead of you are hiring a exclusive transport lorry for that. So intelligent way you should optimize the money spent on getting your inputs. The fifth point what he's talking about is what kind of tie-ups you should see. So you should tie up with, for example, Practo has tied up with the doctors, clinics, hospitals, and patients as well. So for running our business, every day you will not try to seek the customers. You should have permanent tie-ups with the customers. Customer will automatically walk whenever they need it. So that kind of tie-ups you should develop for continuous business. The sixth point what he is narrating is, how do you create an optimum product mix? What are all the products, what are all the services you are extending? How that some may be more fetching more money, some may be fetching less money. Suppose I will explain with the example of roti and curry. Okay, in the restaurants, curry is 200 rupees, roti is 10 rupees. But if you don't make roti just only 10 rupees, nobody will come to a restaurant. For the sake of selling the curries, you have to also make rotis and serve it. You won't seek profit out of selling the rotis, but profit will come from the curries. The people who are buying rotis will eat with curries. So like that, you should have an optimum product mix to gain the profits. So there is one example how to reach out the customer. There is a wristband company, a startup. So how they reach the customers? They didn't go to individual customer or something. Instead, they developed a platform where they developed a lot of applications for wristband. All the wristband customers came to this website to download various apps. So that's why they caught the customers. I already explained Javed Habib model. It's called double whammy model. He is charged the students for learning the hairstyling skill, and also he charges the customer for getting the hairstyle done. So both ends he has made profit. It's an excellent model. It's called double whammy model. And There is a company called Duolingo. They were resourcing their things by crowdsourcing the operations. They used enthusiast learners to do their operations. Then there is one more company, NetJets. This is an interesting case of NetJets. NetJets is actually a company which lend the private jets to people. But it's very, very, very teeny business. Means how many people in India will hire private jets? Maybe top 4, 5 or less than 10. Maybe Ambani, Tatas, they will only hire have the private jets. But this company want to 100 people to be their customers. Top 10 have jets like Tata's and Ambani they have. But this company want to lend next round of upcoming businessmen like Singhanias or some Ramoji Rao or any some next level. They are not billionaires, but they are millionaires. They also want to use jet for urgent business meetings and all, but they cannot afford to buy a full-time jet. So these people has pooled all the requirements that a kind of a shared ownership. One jet, say they buy 4 jets, they will sell it to 50 people. All people does not require at the same time. All the people requires the same time. There will be some norms who gets the first, who is already used less number of times, he may get first, or he who is willing to pay more, he will get. So they are targeting 100 business people who cannot really afford a private jet, but they want to use a private jet. So this NetJet, a company which got hold of this not billionaires, millionaires, and they got hold of some 100 customers. So they procured 4 or 5 jets. They shared this jets among the this 100 people. All people simultaneously won't require. So that is their model. So this is how they reach the customer. If you have to buy the jet, you have to spend, a private jet costs 300 crores. But you pay us only 30 crores for in a monthly 2 times you can use the jet for your visits. So it's excellent model. So they did this customers. They made a list of all millionaires who are interested in using the private jets. How do we source our manpower? Ola and Uber do not have any manpower with them. So they have only software maintenance of people. But what is the prime thing for them? They are the people who are the drivers, the cab seekers and cab service givers. Drivers is the individual customers for them. So they pulled up a database of drivers who willing to lend their taxi and driver, and they tied with the who was the want the cab. So these two were they tied up, and they reduced their input costs. Like vehicles, they didn't buy even one vehicle. They didn't even hire one driver. They only collected the database and tied up. They didn't spend much money on this. They only spent money on the software to maintain this linkage. It's a very creative way they have done it. So for to do work, you have to have tie-ups. Okay. So what kind of tie-ups has done? Uber and Ola have done very loose tie-up for a transaction base. For that ride, what are all the drivers available in that area and who is willing to take that ride? So that the app will find out and assign to that customer. So it's called some kind of a loose tie-up based on app. And even Ola allowed to switch apps. Means one cab driver can be catering to Ola and Uber also. A Ola driver, if you don't want to Ola for next 1 hour, he can be behaving like as a Ola or Uber supplier. So Ola even allowed flexibility to work with the competitors the same time. The NetJets, as I explained, they caught hold of all the next round of millionaires and they charged a service fee. They arranged everything, maintaining pilots, maintaining the space in the airports, maintaining the fuel, everything. Simply they will charge a fee for arranging the private jet for this millionaires. So they removed headache from the maintaining a private jet. Suppose you have to maintain a private jet, you have to hire a hangar in a big airport, you have to have your pilots, you have to have the ground and maintenance staff, all this big janjat for the businessman. So he simply, private jet is, you just call, private jet is ready. But this is a shared jet with many people. That doesn't matter. You will need only 2-3 months times in a month. So what is the optimum product mix is one of the important points angel investors are interested in displaying in your business canvas sheet. Okay. Whether you be doing in a single product or you are using, for example, IKEA is there. IKEA has operations in various geographies. They have operations in India, they have operations in Germany. The local cultural or other requirements will differ from zone to zone, geographical zone to zone. So they have to select a optimum mix what to be stored in IKEA shops for India, which is quite different from the German or a French kind of setup IKEA shops in other countries. So you have to optimize your product mix. So for preparing a business canvas, there is another setup called lean canvas. Normally people write the lean canvas and from the lean canvas they develop the business canvas. Lean canvas is a slightly easy version of business canvas. I can say first step for the business canvas. What are all the things lean canvas contains is what problem your invention is solving. Unless there is a problem, you are solving a problem, there is no invention. So you have to define your problem in this first statement. I am solving riding and hiring a ride for the people. So that is kind of a statement could be there for Ola or Uber. Then what is your solution? How you are solving that problem? How to hire a cab sitting at home through a app without even dialing anybody. So through aggregating, I am solving this problem. You have to define your solution. Then unique value proposition means what is the different that is different from other competition. So you are giving unique value proposition. What is your service is giving to customers? Why customers only use your app to book a cab? So that unique proposition you have to explain in this unique value proposition. What is so unique about your offering so that customers will flock to you. Then there is a what is a table known as unfair advantage. Unfair advantage means that advantage only you have, your competitors don't have. So that anything such thing is there, any unfair advantage means others cannot copy that. All other features of your business model will copy, but this one particular feature of this they cannot copy. What is that? So what is the unfair advantage of your business model? So let us say a company has in-house manufacturing facility. All other competitors are they have to buy the goods from outside, but this particular company has in-house manufacturing. That is the unfair advantage is this company. So angel investors get attracted if such advantages were there. You can stand in the competition. If unfair advantages are more, you can weed out the competition. You stand apart in the competition. So you should know who are your customers. What are all your customer segments? Is it doctors? Is it patients? Is it pharma companies? Who are the customer segments? In the customer segments, who are is the young people your customers? Is it, suppose you are selling clothes, is it young people or is it the aged ones or is it the middle level business people? Who is your target? What kind of cloth you are selling? Which customer you are targeting? So which is your customer segment must be clearly brought out in the lean canvas. Angel says, if you say everybody is my customer, then means nobody is your customer. So you have to be very precise in defining your customer. So angel investors definitely look for precise definition of your customer segment. Then other things in the business canvas as like channels, how you approach your customer, how do you find your customers? Okay. Then it is having an interesting early adopters. Wow, who are the early adopters? Early adopters means not everybody is the early adopter. Suppose you invented a automatic cooker which will stop itself after cooking. But all the ladies cooking at home are not so busy in not observing 3 whistles and stopping. But there are some busy women among the women who are cooking. They are busy. They are parallelly attending their office or work from home. They cannot keep coming to kitchen and count how many whistles it's. It should cook and stop itself. So among the women who are cooking, the busy ladies who are work from home, kind of a special segment of women is your customer. They are early adopters. They'll pay 1,000 rupees more for that cooker, and by the same reason, you not have to again go back. Once put in the cooker all the items to be cooked, forget. It will cook and keep it warm. It will, nobody has to in between come and reduce the flame or switch off. Nothing is to be done. She can peacefully attend her work from home kind of activity. So they are early adopters. So to catch early adopters, if some people already started using, they will be our brand ambassadors. They will canvas to the other places and you will get more customers. So that is what I mean by early adopters. Angel investors are invested in whether you have identified who are your early adopters. Then they will ask one question. You have invented a new thing, but suppose the same example like automatically stopping cooker after cooking is done. So what are the current alternatives? So you have to hire a cook to see that after 3 whistles of cooker, this maid has to stop that. So there are alternatives available. So these alternatives are more cumbersome or more costly, then people will come to your product. So you have to identify what are the existing, suppose existing alternatives are better, then nobody will buy this your product. So this angel investors would like you to understand and list what are the existing alternatives. They will assess existing alternative is better or your solution is better. Then only they will invest. Cost structure, what are all the principal costs? You have to list what are the costs: advertisement cost, website maintenance cost, cloud storage hiring cost, then staff cost, maybe some taxes, all this your cost. Then what is the revenue? Practo is getting revenue from the commission from the doctors, commissioning from the medical shops, commissioning from the hospitals, and also by selling software also they are getting. These are the revenue streams. They are also claimed that they are getting some ads also. When somebody is searching for ophthalmologist, some ads they are displaying related to ophthalmologist in their website. So those ophthalmologists were paying to the Practo. We just discussed early adopter. What is the definition of early adopters? The customers who are in dire need of it. The work from home lady was already vexed and keep shunting to kitchen and check whether cooking completed or not to stop the stove and all that. She is in a dire need of this equipment. See, definitely she jump and buy if you introduce. All women will not jump and buy. So the early adopters here is the work from home women. Then there are some people, they are not really busy, but they want to always experiment new things, learn new things, have fun of new things. So willingness to experiment, that segment also is important segment. That can be your customer sometimes. Channels, what channels you reach out to your customer. So it is some of the channels listed here is how your product service reaches customer. Who is your marketing channels? Okay. How will you make your customer pay? So payment, how do you see? You extended a service of Practo by connecting the online consultation of a doctor to the patient. But how do you get the money from the customer? So through app, before making the consultation, you are showing a payment gateway. Once the patient pays that fees only, you are facilitating the online consultation with the doctor. So some kind of a business model. So what are the key metrics? He has classified 3 matrices. Revenue matrix is one of them, and how to acquire customers is another matrix. How do you operate after all, the business has to be operated to earn profits. What are your operations, how do you optimize operations, how do you reduce your manpower cost, how do you reduce your operation cost. So all that, there are three matrices: revenue, customer acquisition, and operational matrix. You have to constantly monitor all the three to really stand in the competition. So if you put all that in this is the sheet. This sheet, the first slide we have seen how Practo has written their business canvas. Here now we have now understood how to write it. Now in this slide we wrote down what to write against each. This is very giving guidance for any student to write their business canvas. What is to write against each of this? For example, in key parameters, what to be written? In the key parameters, you are writing who are your key partners. In the key partners heading, you are writing who are your key partners, who are your key suppliers, who are your partners. Suppose Ola and Uber has drivers as one of the key partners, and also cab hire seekers. So individual customers also key partners. Then we have what are the activities? This business may kya activities? What activities were there in this business? So what are the key activities? What is your distribution channels? What is your customer relationship management? So what is the revenue streams? All this your key activities. In case of Ola, Uber, what are their key activities? Develop the app, website, develop the website. Okay, get the database of all the drivers. Okay, get the database of cab users. Okay, this and maintain that in the cloud, and incorporate a Google Map kind of thing inside the app to navigate. So all this is the key activities. What is the value proposition? What is the benefit for the customers getting after using your product or service? Okay, what is the value delivered to the customer? Earlier, you have to remember who are all the drivers in that area, call them and explain them and book the thing, and they may tell some rate you have to negotiate. All this headache has been removed from the cab users. So that is the value proposition Ola and Uber is offering. Then how do you maintain your customer relations? So are you arranging some customer service support systems? Are you arranging some call centers? What kind of, how you are serving your customers? The most important thing they were asking is what is your customer segments? You have to be very precise about customer segments. If I say all school going people will buy my school bag, no. In the school bag going people, which age group needs this bag? This bag has specific features. It is attractive with the cartoon characters and all on the bag, and size is only 4-5. It can carry only 4 to 5 kgs. So it is those students which are between class 6 and 8. They are likely to carry 4-5 kgs bag. Their bag shall be attractive for them to buy this. So the customer segment, precise definition of customer segment. So not all school going students. The school going students which are who are in the class group, class 5 to class 7. These bags are meant for that. So if you are very precisely define your segment, you are likely to succeed. So customer segment definition is very, very important here. What are your key resources for doing their business? What are you? For example, Ola and Uber, the key resources are the database, Google Maps, the driver database, all this. Okay. In cost structure, what you are going to write? What are all the most important costs to run this business? What are the which are the things most expensive that you have to always focus and try to reduce that cost? And in the revenue stream, what and all, from where and all your revenue is coming? So is it coming through ad? Is it coming through a service fee? Is it pricing strategy is right? To know, the angel will look at your revenue streams. Practo is written the commission from the doctors by selling the Practo software to the hospitals, and also the commission they are going to get from the delivering the medicines from the pharma. And also they told they show ads in their website Whenever somebody comes to their website, so somebody came and searched for the heart specialist, they will show the ads related to heart specialist in their area as an ad and collect some money for them. So after understanding the key features of it, if you write the steps for it, list out all customer segments from your various lean canvas. First develop lean canvas, list out the customer segment from the lean canvas. Then what kind of relationship do you have with these customer segments, right? Then what are all the channels you will distribute your, how to reach out the customer. Okay. What are all the combined resources, revenue streams from different customer segments that you list. So this is one example. One student group has done a project and written this canvas. This we usually showcase, for example. They were very specifically targeting what is the age group of the students they are targeting at. School going students fine, but in that which age group? So they are targeting. So this SPAS package, it is kind of a carried on the back of the students for hands-free carrying. So this with attractively they made these bags and sold to few thousand schools. So thank you, and we hope you understood the how to write a business canvas from these examples. We'll continue in the next class on further aspects of this. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.